In this episode, I want to help you avoid the disruptive and potentially deadly consequences that happen when you unexpectedly learn that one of your key leaders has decided they no longer want to be a part of your team. Ready to apply some preventative medicine? Let's get into it.
Welcome to Why Business Teams Fail and How to Avoid It, a show helping small business owners build a radically engaged team that can run the business without you so you can remove the stress from owning a business and enjoy the freedom you deserve. Now, here's your host, Rich Allen.
Today you'll learn that it's not uncommon for key team members to find themselves frustrated, overworked, and ready to throw in the towel. That no one's immune from the stress and pressure that gets applied when you're playing an important role in a business. And there are alternatives to simply accepting a notice of "I quit" from someone who's playing a critical role in your business. Here's my question for you this week. Is it time for you to allow sabbaticals in your business? This week, I want to spend some time talking about an issue many business owners are facing today, the high cost of turnover. I think we can all agree that turnover among our team is perhaps among the most costly and disruptive events that can happen in a business, especially in a small business where the individuals, including yourself, wear multiple hats or fill multiple roles. I know it happens from time to time, but I rarely witness a situation where someone gives their notice that they're quitting and the business owner is excited because the timing was perfect for that person to leave. When it does happen, it's often because the business owner's been avoiding holding the team member accountable or has been unwilling to address the performance issues that are clearly obvious to everyone else on the team. The "I'm quitting" notice comes as a relief to the business owner because it saved them from having to step up and do the right thing. Clearly, that's not the kind of turnover I'm talking about today. I'm talking about the unexpected, unwanted, and head-scratching notice you get from a key player in your business who you thought was rock solid and who's handling a critical role for you. These situations are the one that cause the most pain and angst as you scramble to find ways to reassign tasks, protect critical client relationships, and ultimately go on the search for a replacement. Everything in the business gets put on hold while you work to fix the leak that just happened. Not to mention the need to share the news with others on your team in a way that will give them confidence that they're okay and the business will be okay. Don't for a minute think that no one cares if one of your key players decides to quit. They do. It matters in a big way to others on the team. Just know they're thinking things like, why would they leave? And why now? What do they know that I should be aware of? What happened to them? And could that happen to me? Am I safe here? Is my job safe here? Will the business survive? And should I let them know that I'd be open to leaving too if they have a spot where I could fit in the new business? The moment that you get notice that one of your key leaders is quitting, you must go into disaster recovery mode. Time matters, messaging matters, and your next moves matter. Have I made the point that turnover is one of the most costly and disruptive events in the life of a business? I hope so. I've had to deal with this reality up close several times recently, and it made such an impression on me that I just had to share my thoughts here today. As you might imagine, when I hear that a key team member on someone's team has given notice that they're quitting, my antenna goes up and I start asking questions. What was it that made them make this decision? Should this have been something we were aware of? If so, why didn't we do something about it before it came to them quitting? And are there other underlying issues that we should be aware of? It seems like once you start asking these questions, the reality is it wasn't really a surprise at all. We saw the markers or the indicators that things weren't right. And when you go ask others on the team, they knew it was going to happen. The only one who's surprised is the owner. Why's that? And here's a scary thought. Sometimes the team member who makes the decision to quit is one of the owners. That's right. This can happen with partners too, where one owner is so frustrated on what's going on in the business that they decide it's not worth their time and effort to stay and try to fix things. So they ask to be bought out. When that happens, the business is often at risk because the cost to buy out a partner can drain the business of any available cash. And then what do? Okay, enough of the scare tactics. I'm not really trying to scare anyone, but just sharing what I've seen happen quite a lot recently. So given all that, what should you do to prepare or avoid the dreaded notice that I quit? My first thought is to apply a little preventative medicine. Let's face it, we all need a break from the action from time to time. Whether you're the owner or you think about your key team members, business can be overwhelming and stressful, particularly when you're trying to handle all the business issues while still trying to be a good father and a good husband or a good mother and a good wife. Not to mention the time you don't have to take care of yourself, to stay in shape, to do some self-improvement, or get some well-deserved time off. So rather than wait for the dreaded "I quit" message to land in your email, what if you introduce the idea of a sabbatical into your business benefits program? If you're not familiar with the idea of a sabbatical, let me share a few details here. The word sabbatical comes from the root word Sabbath, which is a biblical term that means to take a rest or break from work. We often hear the term used in relation to pastors or academic professionals, where they take time away from their teaching or preaching to do some independent travel or study abroad. But that doesn't mean it shouldn't apply to someone in business. In fact, I would suggest it's more important and more critical for leaders in business who both lead people and the business itself. There are not specific rules or requirements for a sabbatical. What's required is that you simply allow someone to take some time off to recharge, refresh, and renew without having to worry about their normal job responsibilities. A sabbatical can either be paid or unpaid. Again, there are no rules, and the length of the break can be as short as a couple of weeks or as long as a year or more. I'm not trying to suggest that you suggest it in a specific way. I'm simply suggesting that if you want to avoid losing some of your best talent, including perhaps your business partner or them losing you as a business partner, then you might want to incorporate the option for a sabbatical into your business benefit. I believe most of the unexpected quits or terminations happen not by design, but out of frustration. So what can you do as the business owner to minimize or eliminate these unexpected business disruptions? There are many things you could do and should do, like having more open communications with your partners and key leaders, and recognizing them for their efforts and contributions, and compensating them well, and helping them find strong people to work around them, and I could go on and on. By adding this one additional benefit, the opportunity to take a sabbatical to your programs may be among the easiest to add and the biggest benefit you could provide someone who's overworked, stressed out, and looking for some temporary relief. As we wrap up today's podcast, let me leave you with these simple thoughts. Number one, unexpectedly losing a key team member or business partner can cause significant disruption and damage to your business. Number two, in most cases, the underlying reason for a key team member giving notice that they're leaving is preventable. As the business owner, you need to be tuned in and empathetic to their needs and concerns. And number 3, rather than simply accept the negative outcome of a key person leaving, you could implement a sabbatical program as an alternative to someone hitting the escape button. If you'd like some additional support in this area or want to tap into our free resources, simply go to my website, tourtoprofit.com. You'll find everything you need there. Thanks for joining me today. Be sure to tune in next week when we're going to discuss the 4 elements required to build a high-performance team. You won't want to miss it. Now, go make it a great week, and whatever you do, ride hard.
Thank you for listening to Why Business Teams Fail and How to Avoid It. Make sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends so you don't ever miss an episode. Now go make it a great week, and whatever you do, ride hard.